because if you see further up, this is just deadly. Even past this, the collapses get worse. But yeah, it's all messed up in here. Attention all miners, a notice of intent is required for any operation including access which might cause surface disturbance of national forest land. There's a mine operation I want to check out today that I found on Google Maps, but before we see that one, I actually stumbled upon another one straight ahead of us with all that waste rock. After that, we'll head a few miles up this road to see what I found. Coming up to the mine right now, we're actually going to take that road to go to Marowind mine. That's the one I found on Google Maps. But we'll check this one out real quick. I really don't know anything about it. It was an extensive mine. There's a lot of waste rock right here. They would have had an ore chute about at this spot. So this is the first mine. There's not a whole lot, but there's the old cabin and then a workshop and the mine at it itself. We'll start with this cabin and then make our way over. Yeah, nothing inside, just a log cabin. Everything taken out. No windows. Would you look at that? They made this bench in a way so that they could put their stuff on it. Just a table. And that's the one window. And this would have been their view. Look how they had a porch. They built this whole roof out. And then going off, I don't think there's anything past this cabin. Doesn't look like it. The road continues. That's all. That's the workshop all fallen down. They really looted this place when they left. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, there's nothing left of this workshop. And then check it out. Now going up to the mine. It just keeps going. It looks like it might collapse further up ahead. You could see the indents where the cross ties used to be for the ore cart tracks. It makes sense for them to close this mine off though, because I could already tell the air is thinning out. Luckily I have my oxygen detector, but still it's getting really low right now. This is just deadly. Even past this, there's tons of timbers knocked over. Look at all of this, and past this as well. The collapses get worse. But yeah, it's all messed up in here. So we're actually just gonna head out. Like the rock is collapsing so bad, it caused this whole piece of timber to snap in half. Now that we've explored this small mining site, let's head to the next one, which is going to be the Marowind mine. The road below us is known as Little 8 Mile, and this is the canyon we're now going to be going into. And even below this was even more area where miners lived. So there's a ton of old stuff all in this one canyon. Tucked away in the high country of Idaho, the Marowind mine is one of those hidden relics few ever find. Long ago, miners carved deep into this ridge, chasing veins of gold and silver that threaded through solid rock. The operation was small but rugged. Hand tools, meal trails, and a lot of grit. Ore was hauled out by ore cart and crushed in a rough wooden mill nearby, where the promise of gold kept hope alive even when profits were thin. Now the mountain has taken it back. Only rusted metal and scattered timbers mark where the mine once stood. The silence here tells its own story of hard work, short fortunes, and a time where every mountain in Idaho held a dream of gold. Check it out, we've made it up to the mine. Right here was the old workshop, and just like the other one we've seen, there's not a whole lot left of it. It's kind of all just decayed away. Oh, someone had a little camping spot here, and they built a bench. This would be a pretty chill place to camp. Now you might notice there's no cabins. That's because the cabins were actually lowered down in the canyon. And I'll show you in a minute where those were at. And the mine adit is gonna be to the left. Danger. Mine shafts, deadly gas, unsafe ladders, unstable explosives, deep pools of water. All real dangers, especially deadly gas. Always have an O2 sensor on you guys. Check it out, part of the old ore cart track. And then, most of this mine shaft is all buried. Yeah, I could see the bars on it. Unfortunately, there's no way in. Even if there was a way in, look how tight of a squeeze this portal is. It's only a matter of time until the whole thing gets covered up. All of the rock above is eroding into it. Alright, I'm gonna get back in the truck and we'll go check out the residential section of this mine operation. See, the canyon keeps going up, but it's just an off-road trail with one or two prospect pits. There's nothing up there. For point of reference, you'll see the waste rock, it's kind of discolored. And then this was one of the bunkhouses. This is where the miners lived. This one's not standing. Now the rest, a quarter mile down the valley, they're still standing. So this is the rest of it. Right here's the outhouse. So this house is still standing. We'll go inside of it. Looking through the window. Actually, we're gonna go through the window because if I open the door, Lee's gonna want in, and I don't want him to come in here. We'll start with the bedroom, which is all empty. Everything's been taken out of this place. There's the carpet. And then over here, the couch. Look at Lee, look how nosy he is. Because he don't get to come in. It's been long abandoned though. What's up, Lee? Bud, no, don't even think about it. It's so dirty in here. This was the cellar. You could even see the old stairs that would have gone down. Look how nasty this couch is. How long it's been sitting in here for. And then, we'll see if it opens. Oh yeah, it opens right up. Onto their porch. Let's go ahead and close it and keep looking. This was their dumping ground where all these old cans are at. Another cabin. This was just a one-room cabin. Just a one-room log cabin. Check this out. This water's coming out of an underground spring. That is the source, and then it trickles down the canyon. There's this last building, which looks to be a workshop to me, but likely maybe a bunkhouse. There's some shelving up there where they would have put the bed below it. And this is the last building today. This canyon wasn't really rich with mining. It was just small operations, how we seen today, and that's it. I'm back where I started today's episode, and I thought this sign was really interesting because it's kind of contradictory, because there's a couple mine operations we've seen, but that's it in this whole section. There really isn't that much promising mines in this part of Idaho. That's why they're all abandoned and there's no active ones. So there's a few we've seen, but in this whole canyon, that's it. Those were the only mines. Even coming up this way, you'll see some old miners' roads, and all there is test pits throughout this whole mountains.